A Prescott man is behind bars accused of murdering his girlfriend. Police say 36-year-old Jason Warnock brought the victim to a hospital late last night. 31-year-old Skylar Hughes had been shot, and she died shortly after arriving at the hospital. According to police, Warnock eventually admitted to shooting her, but the motive is unclear. Warnock has been booked into the Yavapai County Jail on a first-degree murder charge.
Well, Glendale police are investigating a stabbing near 59th Avenue and Bell Road. A man there taken to the hospital yesterday afternoon with what we're told were life-threatening injuries. Police say several suspects they took off before officers even arrived, and so far there is no specific suspect description that has been released or a possible motive.
Unfolding murder mystery at Lake Mead. The decades-long drought at America's biggest reservoir has dropped water levels so low that bodies are turning up.
Fox's Ashley Soriano reports live at Lake Mead behind the Hoover Dam, about 40 miles from the Las Vegas Strip tonight.
Hi, Christina and John. Well, where I'm standing right now, this would have been underwater this time last year. That's how fast the water level at Lake Mead has been declining. And as it continues to dry up, it could help crack some very cold cases.
So we're making our plans and everything, and we're like, well, we saw one body found in a barrel, so maybe we'll go on a hike and find a second body in a barrel. We figure like Jimmy Hoffa's underneath a stadium somewhere.
Dane Ebright traveled to Las Vegas for his brother's bachelor party. They arrived just days after a second body was discovered at Lake Mead. Police say the first body, which was inside of a barrel, was likely dumped in the 1970s or 80s.
The chances are that, that this could have been a mob hit. It was a time with a great deal of pressure on the mob, and in order to survive, there was violence.
Jeff Schumacher with the Mob Museum in Las Vegas says dumping bodies in barrels was a signature move from the mob going back to the 1800s. But Vegas detectives haven't determined whether the mob is behind these bodies. We're seeing them now because of the all-time low water level at Lake Mead.
That's the white band. You can see that anywhere in Lake Mead, and that is the high water line from July of 1983. And what that signifies is an elevation of around 1,225 feet.
The water level is now 1,052 feet, down 35 feet from just last year, and it's still dropping.
We've seen a second body revealed at Lake Mead, and I think we're going to see a lot more, because there's a lot of drowning victims at the bottom of Lake Mead.
The mystery behind the bodies is fascinating, but the drought affects millions of people. California, Nevada, Arizona, and Mexico all get their water from Lake Mead. John and Christina.
Yeah, Ashley, this is an incredible story because, you get the barrel body, then another body pops up. That was skeletal remains. But as for the barrel body, any update on who that victim might be? I know they're working feverishly to figure it out.
No update as of now, but what we do know is that they identified the clothing to be from the 1970s or 80s. And in speaking with that representative from the Mob Museum in Las Vegas, he says that that likely was not the infamous Jimmy Hoffa, considering he probably wouldn't be wearing the clothes that were determined to be from Kmart. So,
right. Well, and also there's been a lot of chatter that the mob did not like transporting bodies over state lines. So if he was killed in Michigan, he's probably buried somewhere in Michigan, that they wouldn't transport him back to New Jersey, or it's too risky. So that's interesting.
Yep, that's right.
Okay, Ashley, thank you. Ashley Soriano tonight.
A Phoenix family grieving the loss of their mother. Police say a man hit her with his car on purpose last night.
She ultimately died, and now her family wants answers. Fox 10's Stephanie Bennett joins us live with the latest on this horrific story.
Yeah, it is just tragic news for this Valley family. Now, police say they have arrested the driver, and he is facing murder charges, but it's still unclear why he wanted to hurt her.
It's a hard thing for this whole family to be going through.
Savannah Hembry must now learn how to move on without her mother by her side. 43-year-old Melissa Lynn. Hembry says she was a great mom and a wonderful grandmother.
She was always very loving to her grandkids. she just got to meet her new grandbaby last week before she had passed, and she was a very good mom to me and my sisters.
Thursday evening, just before 5 p.m., Melissa Lynn was walking along the side of the street near 29th Avenue and Osborne Road. Suddenly, a black Mercedes SUV stopped, sped up, and swerved right into her. The driver then fled the area.
So she had no chance of making it.
Police have identified him as Andrew Robert Vigil. According to court paperwork, he intentionally meant to hit her. A witness said his vehicle's dash-mounted camera caught it all on tape and was able to give police a description of the car. Less than 20 minutes later, police were able to track Vigil down at a nearby Circle K, where he was taken into custody. For now, Melissa Lynn's family want answers.
Cops believe that she was hit on purpose and that the dude meant to purposely hit her. I'm not sure what reason they have to believe that right now, but she was hit and dragged a few feet.
Yeah, and police say it's not known whether the two knew each other. For now, the driver, Vigil, he is being held without bond as the investigation still continues. Reporting live in Phoenix, Stephanie Bennett, Fox 10 News.
A man suspected of assaulting a blind woman that he met on a dating app is locked up tonight. Phoenix police say Terrence Cooper met up with the woman early Sunday morning at her apartment near 46th Street and Baseline. They say that he brought alcohol and became aggressive after the woman refused to have sex with him. Officers say Cooper refused to leave and started hitting and choking the woman. They say she fought back and was able to escape. Cooper is now facing counts including kidnapping and sexual abuse.